let me ask you guys a question, kind of that was important last week because I ran a poll on it. I'm going to do it live here. So, when you take a look around at relationships, sorry, long-term relationships, and more specifically marriages, like people that are living together, or married, are they mostly female-led relationships, male-led relationships, or equal partnerships? And I'm going to put this as a poll in the live chat. I want to hear from you guys on the panel show to sort of chime in as I type out this poll. But go ahead.
Female.
What?
Give it a question. Eh?
Female. Most.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most.
To be honest,
wanna...
I would say that most relationships start out as male dominated, and then gradually they convert into female dominated before they end.
Perfect.
That's a good theory. So based on where they're at in the relationship or who's leading is kind of an indicator of the health of that relationship. So if it's more the equity type angle for the relationship, maybe it's on the way out, but could go back to being male led. That's an interesting idea.
And that polls in the live chat. If you guys want to take that, let us know what you think, because I find that to be a fascinating question when people engage it. I always get accused, oh, well, you're fishing for answers in the wrong pond. It's like, no, I'm asking guys to take a look around at relationships around them and state, what are you observing, right?
I mean, where I live in like stereotypical American suburbia, and 99% of the guys that I know that are married, it's all, oh, I got to ask the wife.
Yeah.
It's every one of them have to check in with the boss. It's like, and I don't see. There's one or two guys whose women look at them like kind of in a way of awe and respect, but that's about it. And these are guys that really don't give a rat's rear, which is a good way to manage things in that sense.
Yeah.
When I go to the U.S., it's always weird going to any public place where there's a lot of people. It's like a mall or a plaza, event, movie theater, concert, whatever. And you notice very quickly that most of the women are leading the guys around like it's almost their lapdog, like they're a fashion accessory or a pet. It's kind of an odd thing to see when you're not used to seeing that every day.
What's it like in Mexico City with people you see around there, Jaron?
I see it kind of all over the place. I'd say probably more on the equity side of things. You do get like your old school alpha guys here, and you can see that very clearly. And then I'd say I don't see as much as the female led here. And if I do, it's usually probably another foreigner. So I'll be walking down the street and I'll see someone that looks out of place. So the guy's a little kind of squirrely or off or weird. And then around the corner comes a pale fat chick kind of chirping, bossing him around. Yeah, it's usually American. That's how people can tell us apart down here.
What about in Romania, Dragos?
Yeah, I'm quite a bit surprised of your answers, honestly. Like, we have some female-led relationships, right? Like, the woman is a prosecutor or a judge.
Hospital. Yeah.
But it's very different. Like, you don't see them bossing the guy around. It's more like a tacit, quiet type of leadership. So it's not the type of thing which I see that you guys are referring to, where she's nagging him, we're doing this, we're doing that. Where she takes the role of a male. It's more like the dynamic is different because of her way of being, but it's still traditional in a way. It's kind of hard for me to explain, right?
Traditional in a sense where it's mostly male-led.
Yeah. I mean, and to get to that, I mean, I think that women obviously manipulate men, and they're very, very good at it because they've learned how to do it over thousands or millions or whatever of years. And so even in a lot of male-led relationships, subtly the woman does have a say in how the relationship goes, a big say actually in how the relationship goes. Because a lot of the times they don't dictate the terms of the relationship, but a woman is the one that ends the relationship if it's not on her terms a lot of the time.
Let me just share you the poll results that came off of Twitter, because that's the more broad spectrum as far as participants, I would imagine. 2,800 votes on this resulted in 64.9% saying that marriages around them look mostly female-led. And if we go to the chat here on the generals meeting, viewers, there's only 34 votes, because there's 85% saying that they're female-led, which is still significantly high. I mean, it seems like most people watching this, when they take a look around at relationships, seem to notice that most of them tend to be led by the women, which is no surprise. I think it's a strong indicator as far as why we have the problems that we have in the world today. It's just bizarre the way that is, but it is what it is, right?
Well,
But
what is
I think
your exception, female-led or a woman-led relationship? Like, how does that look? Like, do you like?
She makes all the decisions. She plans the vacations. She decides what happens with the budget. She's also typically the kind of bad boss bitch you'll see in the grocery store, where she'll be, disparaging her husband publicly in front of other people because he puts the wrong diapers in the shopping buggy. Those are usually the ones that I would define as female-led. Like they're the ones that make all the calls.
And
Go ahead.
And I did notice that at that Eastern European wedding I was at. But I discussed this the other day with our friend who, refers to them as Western turbos. And I did have a really good intellectual discussion with him about it. And I said, you're using the wrong term. I said, these women are plugged in women. They've been told by society, advertising, TV shows, that if you're not bossing your man around, you're oppressed. You're under he's oppressing you. So what they do is they become these, I'm leading this relationship, I'm being the boss girl, and it ends up poisoning the entire thing. Whereas if they were told, hey, you go out and get a man who can lead you, who can allow you to be feminine, pretty, be the woman in the relationship, and let him be the sword and the shield, you'll be much better off. But they're not been told that. They've been told, like, you got to be, the pencil skirt boss girl running everything. And it just doesn't bode well for any relationship.
Yeah, I don't think it's the way forward, but it is what is happening, it seems. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.